Um, welcome back to my channel. Um, I'm Sunshine Tarot. I'm sorry. I don't know why I'm laughing. I'm Sunshine Tarot, and today's reading is going to be on Cameron Boyce. Um, I just want you guys to know that I offer personal readings. All you have to do is email me, and of course, you can ask okay, how much is it for a one question reading or whatever. But also, I'm going to. I don't post my prices often. I should get more into the habit of doing that. I don't know why I don't do it. I just don't do it. But I will get into the habit of doing that more. And they're going to be in the bottom in the description of the video if I remember. So you can just email me. My email is going to be in the description as well in the comment section. Yeah, I offer personal readings. But today's reading, and I know if you're a returned viewer, you're you barely have any time to do pre-uploads. Listen, that's different. Okay. If you book a personal reading with me, I will prioritize that and I will give you your reading in a timely manner. That's something I don't play with, right? So don't worry about that. You will have your reading in a timely manner. But today's reading is going to be on Cameron Boyce. And I watched the new Descendants film, and I'm not gonna lie, it was mid. And I grew up on Disney, so I grew up in that time where not with the Raven Simones or anything like that. Not with Raven Simone, fucking the twins, Zach and Cody. Yes, I'll watch those shows too, but I more so grew up on the shows like Jesse and what else? Bunked and shoot, shows like that, Austin and Ally. I grew up on those types of shows where Cameron Boyce was at his prime, and it's been a while, very nostalgic time. And I did grow up on Descendants. I loved the first film, especially the aesthetics of it all. And when it comes to this newest movie that they put out, the aesthetic was lost, in my opinion. Nobody's outfit or anything really popped out. I feel like they relied on. I was shocked to see Brandy was there and Rita Ora. I love me some Brandy child. I love me some Brandy child. I love Brandy so much. And I was kind of shocked when they did the Cinderella sort of take on the new movie. When Brandy was Cinderella and then her partner was Asian. That shocked me that they restored it back to that Cinderella story in particular. And I like that part about it, but the movie seemed rushed to me. However, it didn't stop me from watching. I didn't get not one thought of turning it off. Let me tell you something, that hypnotism, that witchcraft was heavy. Despite how I feel about the film, I didn't turn it off, and it was very quick. It was very rushed. Movies are getting shorter. I realized that, and I think that movie was an hour and 30 minutes. And it seemed like it. But I just want to see Cameron Boyce. I think he died in 2017, 2016. On July 6th. 2017, 2016, I think. And yes, his former cast members, post in memories of Cameron Boyce and things like that. But I don't know. I'm curious to know, was he a sacrifice? And if a family member comes across this video, I come in respect 100%. And as a person who was passionate about that era of Disney Channel, because Disney Channel has gone to shit since then when he was on his prime. But first we're going to get his current energy right now. Sorry, I forgot to pray. Give me a second. Okay. Cameron Boyce. What is the current energy of Cameron Boyce, the Disney actor? I am aware there's more of it. Ooh, these cards are just flipping out, girl. Oh, my, okay. I love you with all my heart and soul. I want to message you, but I'm scared you might reject me. I'm still learning how to love myself. I need more time to reflect on myself. I can feel your energy everywhere. I'm shaking and I don't know why. At the bottom of the deck, I've been watching your social media and you're the only one that truly understands me. Okay. I don't know why I'm seeing the girl. I think her name is Peyton Lee or Peyton List. She was on the show with him on Jesse. Peyton List, Peyton Lee. I think she was Emma on Jesse. She played Emma on Jesse. I don't know why I'm seeing her, but I feel like he had a crush on her. Well, I guess that's why I'm seeing her because I feel like he had a crush on her. She's rude. Like she's like, if I'm not mistaken, I think something like that did hit the news about her. She's rude. Like she's a mean girl. Like she's nasty. She's like hard to work with. Anyways, these are a lot of cards. Okay. He apparently has a lot to say. Okay, so I don't even know where to start, to be honest. With this card here that says, I'm aware of it and I love you with all my heart and soul. I feel like he was like a genuine soul, you guys. Like he was really sweet. And I feel like no one has anything bad to say about him. He was quiet. He kept to himself. And of course we're human. We do have like, we can be judgmental. We can be not in the mood for things, and we could want to, snap or have a attitude with people or not want to work with others. But he didn't outwardly express that. He was very quiet, stoic, and understood that everybody was going through something. And a part of him, he wanted that same compassion to be extended towards him. And it wasn't. I feel like it wasn't. It could be dealing with childhood trauma or something like that, but he didn't get to learn that he deserved that same amount of compassion. Does that make sense? Like, he didn't get to establish boundaries or to come to that realization that, I guess, don't roll your eyes. This might sound like an eye roller to some of you, but I guess people pleasing in a sense. But it's like he could have been an empath, but he had an immense amount of empathy and compassion for others. It was a special kind, and it was such a gift. And I honestly feel like people did not extend that same compassion towards him. And it was something significant about that. It was a lesson that he needed to learn in the lifetime that I'm speaking of right now. And he didn't get to learn that. It's an indicator here in these last 3 cards. I'm still learning how to love myself. I need more time to reflect on myself. Like, not 3 cards, 2 cards. Excuse me. I want to message you, but I'm scared you might reject me. I feel like he's with his family, or I feel like he is in the presence of someone significant to him. And I don't think that they realize that though. Whoever this is, I don't think they realize that he's with them. Maybe the thought does cross their mind, but they don't take it seriously. They don't entertain the thought. And I feel like I want you to notice me. That's what he's saying. I want you to notice me. Um, but yeah, there's someone here. I don't know if he was in a relationship. But I do think he had a crush on that girl that I just mentioned, Peyton List. I think he had a crush on that girl, but I don't know if he was in a relationship other than with her, or maybe they did have something going on. I don't know. I don't know. I have to do research to like, be certain. But there's someone here that holds a special place in his heart, and I don't think it's a family member. I think it could be a love interest or something. But the biggest thing I see here is, and what I just mentioned to you, like his immense amount of compassion and empathy is kind of interconnected with his relationships with other people, like with this person that I'm mentioning, whether it be a love interest or something, someone that he was romantically interested in. I don't know how this gift that he had was interconnected with this thing he has going on, but there's someone who holds a special place in his heart, and currently he's worried about this person and how this person played a big role in his lack of realizing he didn't have any boundaries, or he and or his lack of being understood. He didn't feel understood. And so now his current energy is trying to balance that energy, trying to learn how to balance that energy of constantly giving and people just taking. That was a lot. I didn't expect that. But I feel like he has to be careful, because if he does reincarnate, and that's a lesson that he needed to learn, if he does reincarnate, I feel like he's going to, he might reincarnate into someone who is selfish, into someone who kind of overdoes it, whereas in his last lifetime, being Cameron Boyce, he was the giver, but then in his next lifetime, he would be the taker, and he might have to face some horrible karma, through his actions if he overdoes it. You get what I'm saying? Like, it's okay to take, right? But there needs to be a balance between taking and giving. And I don't know, I just see him digging himself deeper into a hole when it comes to learning how to manage, learning that lesson when it comes to being a humanitarian and learning how to give, and learning how to know when to not give, to balance. You get what I'm saying? There's a need for balance. I hope that makes sense, y'all. What was it like being a Disney actor for him? Interesting question. What was it like being a Disney actor for Cameron Boyce? What was it like being a Disney actor? The good, the bad? Maybe I should use the tarot. See, you know what's crazy? This card came out and it's balanced in the reverse. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you for the confirmation. Well, all these cards are upside down. Oops. But yeah, thanks for the confirmation. Okay, hold on. He wants me to get the card again. And look at the imagery. Ooh! Okay, so I was right to get these cards. Ciao. Whew. Okay, he felt overworked. He was coming up around the time where I feel like Disney was going through a hard time. Well, Disney's always going through a hard time. They're always worried about views, like viewership, harvest, like money, viewership, clout, being relevant, staying relevant, always. But specifically, we're asking about his, experience, right? And he's saying like he felt overworked, like he felt a lot of pressure because he's like, oh, you gotta keep people entertained, like things that he was required to do to keep people entertained for the sake of saying it's just television, it's just business, right? And there's a lot of birds here. There's like crows. See, there's 2 cards that came out, and this balance card. There's a crow here, and there's a whole bunch right here. Don't they, chow? Don't crows symbolize death? So are you saying that you were meant to die? See, that was gonna be my next question too. Was he sacrificed? Anyways, magic. Hex here. I feel like he wasn't meant to die, y'all. I'm gonna just keep it a stack with you. I feel like he was meant to die. And then magic here. Candles. Wait, are those crows or ravens? I think they're crows. I don't know. Still, I think both of them symbolize death, no? Child. And there's a significance around this green here. Like I said before, he had a really big heart. Green is the color of the heart chakra, and also the color of envy. Do I feel like people envied him? No, I don't necessarily pick up that energy. At least not yet, but I don't think people envied him. I think he was like misunderstood. As a matter of fact, never mind, I shouldn't say that. But I totally understand this energy, and I don't know how to describe it to you like without talking about myself. I'm trying not to talk about myself, like, because I can connect to this energy a lot. Like, I totally understand where he's coming from, and I'm trying to be simple so you guys can understand, because you're not me and you're not him. So of course I have to I'm trying to properly ground what the hell I'm trying to say. I hope you guys understand. Like, he felt misunderstood. He had an immense amount of empathy and compassion, but there was no balance. I guess you could say he was an empath, whatever. And he was a giver, and I feel like he was easily taken advantage of because he was empathic and very sweet and kind, and very much so was in his heart space. He had no problem with being vulnerable. But see, if he does reincarnate, I don't know if he did or not, but if he does, I see him being quite the opposite in his lifetime. Someone who's very cold-hearted, maybe even narcissistic. Someone who is very cold. Very cold. Wherever he is right now, like in the spiritual realm or whatever, I feel like he is learning a lesson, and I see him being the complete opposite. Like, child, but we're talking about his connection to Disney. I feel like, oh, okay, thank you. So he's saying because he was like that, because he wasn't like a crab in a bucket, because he didn't show that he was willing to do anything to be at the top, because he was he didn't show he was willing to step on other people's heads to get ahead. That's why they went ahead and got rid of him. They thought he was weak. Child. Ooh. What was my next question? I ain't touching it. I ain't touching it. Hell no. All right. How does he feel about the new Descendants film? Why did I ask that? Well, this card flipped over. He's like, well, I think, hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I don't remember exactly how the film ended, because usually how they end films, you could tell if there's going to be a new one or not. I think there's going to be another one. How are they on the 4th film? I think there might be 7, y'all. 1, 2, there's 7 grains here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. At least that's how much I counted the first time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. Shit. 7. I feel like there's gonna be 7 films. That's not gonna be the only one. That's not the last one, I don't think. And he's saying, well, they try to get that money. That's how he feels. They're trying to get the money. And that's why they keep doing more. Because apparently Descendants is a cash grab. Like, it's a very successful franchise. And that's why they keep making more. Same thing with Despicable Me. They need to put the Despicable Me films to rest. However, I haven't watched the last ones, but I've watched the one with Taraji P. Henson. And they're not that bad. The new ones are not that bad. At least they come up with more complex plots with Despicable Me. Like, it's not like when you watch it, you're like, okay, that's enough, right? They somehow keep you entertained. At least from what I've seen. Anywho. Yeah. They're keeping it going for a specific intention. And I was just talking about witchcraft and how I disliked the film, or I thought it was okay, but I somehow still couldn't look away. They hypnotizing the kids, y'all. I actually wrote about the Descendants film, the first one, on my blog. I can link that in the description too if you want to read it. And the agenda behind that film. Even though I liked it, I did like it. Like, the outfits and shit, when I was younger, I did like that shit. I did like the film, I did. But now that I'm older and I analyze that film, I'm like, oh shit. Like, we was really in there singing, it's so many ways to be wicked. Like, bitch, what? Like, oh shit. Like, we were, not we were sheep. I was just about to say we were sheep. Anyways, listen, the next question is, what would he like to say to his former castmates? Oh, I didn't answer the question. Was he sacrificed? Was Cameron Boyce sacrificed? Oof. Okay. Ha. I want to say yes. However, it was his time to go. It was his time to go. Because if it wasn't, despite what they were trying to do, if it wasn't his time to go, it wouldn't have worked. Whatever they did, it wouldn't have worked. However, it was his time to go. I see him feeling really trapped. Like, there's the bitch again. And there's something here. Something here may have happened to him around this time. I don't know if it was around the time of his, like, around the time he was about to die, or like, it was during his career. It was during his career. Something happened. He may have felt rejected. And because of feeling rejected, his life is going to go downhill from there. So that's why Spirit stepped in and was like, okay, it's time to go. Because he was going to divert from his path. He was. He was going to, like, get rid of his innocence. Like, he may have felt rejected or something by this Queen of Swords. And I told you I saw the white girl, the Peyton List. I think her name is Peyton. And he was going to lose himself. And like I said, he has a gift. He has a gift. And Spirit was not going to let that happen. Spirit was not going to let that happen. So Spirit just let him get taken out. Let him get taken out. And I'm so sorry if his family comes across this video, like how I'm delivering it. I am so sorry. I don't want to sound insensitive, but this is how I channel and this is what's coming out. And again, I just want to apologize again. I'm so sorry. But it had to happen. Oh my God, I'm gonna cut that out. I am so sorry. And I'm not laughing like because I hope I'm sorry. Like, I don't know if he was going to like stay stagnant, like he would feel stuck, and so he just, said fuck it. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, just begin not to care anymore. And possibly because he didn't care anymore, possibly doing reckless things and, just fucking up his life and diverting from the path he was meant to go down. Does that make sense? Whew. I kind of want to end the reading there, to be honest with you. What would he like to say to his former castmates? What would he like to say to his former castmates? I don't know what you want. You have the most beautiful and purest heart. I need some time alone. I do care for you deeply, but I'm scared you want too much. I'm running because I don't want to hurt you even more. I'm so confused about it all. I love you with all my heart and soul. I'm ashamed of what... Okay, so he loves some of his former castmates. I feel like he was close with a few of them. I keep seeing that girl, that Peyton List girl. I keep seeing her. I feel like he had some sort of crush on her. They may have dated. Never mind, I'm not gonna say that. I might say it if I do the research and know for sure. I don't feel comfortable with. It's not that I don't trust my insights. It's just that I don't think it's appropriate for me to say what I was gonna say. So I'm gonna just leave it alone. But he doesn't really care. I'm gonna be honest with you. He doesn't really think about his former castmates like that, except for the ones that hold a significant place in his heart, like someone he may have dated, someone he was friends with, close with, right? So his focus is only on the people that he was close with. And I'm scared. I care for you deeply, but I'm scared that you want too much. Like I said before, he was a giver, and he didn't have boundaries, y'all. And he wasn't going to betray anybody or cross anybody. But it's crazy because I feel like after he passed on, he realized like, but they would have done the same. They wouldn't have done the same for me. Damn. Oh shit. Ooh, okay. I'm a I'm sorry if I'm smacking in y'all ear. But um let's wrap this one up, okay? Last question is, what would he like to say to his family? Despite what I just said and how he may feel, I feel like there is someone that his feelings were never changed for that person. What would Cameron Boyce like to say to his family? I know you are my missing piece. What would Cameron Boyce like to say to his family? I feel like he was very family oriented, you guys. Loved family. Loved family. He may have honestly been close with them as well. But see, here's the thing about him distancing himself from everybody, like even spiritually. Like, it's crazy. Like, every single question I asked, there was always a card speaking on him distancing himself, because he realized his higher purpose. He realized like what he was meant to do. Honestly, I feel like if I look up his birth chart, something along the lines of what I'm saying might show up in his Chiron, like needing to establish boundaries, needing to have balance when it comes to how he deals with people. And he may have been an introvert too, like honestly needing alone time to recharge his battery when he was alive. But I'm like, I feel like, I don't know y'all, but I feel like when he reincarnates, I feel like he's going to be like the complete opposite. Like, I feel like he's going to be, oh my God, I don't want to say that, because what if his family comes across this video? And I've done readings on deceased people before, and I've never worried this much. And so I feel like I never worried about what are the families going to think about my reading if they come across it. And so I feel like, no, I'm not saying that I feel like a family member is going to come across my video, but I'm saying like, I feel like if they do, they're not going to take it in the best way. I feel like that. Like, I feel like their family is like his family is still grieving and very overprotective of him. And it makes sense because I do feel like they were close. But like, I can't stress this enough. My intentions are pure. And this is coming from a person who was passionate about the work he did when he was still living on this earth. And so last thing I want to do is to be disrespectful or to seem disrespectful. This is just how I am. This is just how I deliver. This is just how I channel, and I can't necessarily tone it down. And if I could, I would feel very bad about that. And I just probably just disappear forever off the internet. So please, like, I just want you to understand, if you do come across this video, like, no harm. I don't mean any harm. But I feel like when he does reincarnate, at least his soul, he's gonna be a menace. Like, oh my God. Like, I see him like being a gaslighter, like a manipulator, like someone who doesn't give as much but takes. selfish, doesn't care about anybody but themselves. Anyways, he loves his family. He loves his family, but he's ready to move on. I don't know if he's reincarnated back already, but he's spiritually separated from his family. Like he's he's moved on to like, okay, if I do reincarnate, who's my next family? You know what I'm saying? He's thinking like that, like, but he does love you. I know that sounds like so backwards. I know, but this is what I'm getting y'all. I hope you enjoyed the reading. To all my Cameron Boyce fans, thank you so much for tuning in. Family, hi, how are you? I hope that this reading has brought closure to you. And this reading was a roller coaster, and it was shocking for me. But I'm glad that I hope this brings closure. And to anyone else, I hope this reading was satisfactory. And I'll see you next time, okay? Bye.